episode of the In the Hot Seat podcast. And for this week's episode is for the WWE Royal Rumble, the road to WrestleMania is here. And I'm going to get right down into it as always and then give my thoughts on how I felt afterwards. We actually started things off with the men's Royal Rumble. We had a lot in this one as always. We had Gunther. We started in at number one and Sheamus at number two. And they lasted for a good long time and as well with Gunther actually being able to be one of the standouts for the Royal Rumble and having a lot of eliminations on that and having basically if you continue with Sheamus on this. And then we had The Miz and eventually wanting to go in his terms. After a while, he did eventually get in the match. We had Kofi Kingston trying to stay in match as much as he could, but he didn't get to really do the spot that he wanted to, and it ended up going well, unfortunately, to try and stay in. We had Johnny Gargano in this one, Xavier Woods having a really cool showing as well, carrying across, being able to be there for a little while. Chad Gable, Drew McIntyre being able to come in and be able to deal with Sheamus and work together for a good while. Santos Escobar, Angela Dawkins, Brock Lesnar in this one until Bobby Lashley came out and was able to eventually take him out to continue their feud basically. Baron Corbin didn't really get to do too much, especially with Brock Lesnar being really pissed off that he was eliminated, and Baron Corbin didn't really get to do far of anything. Seth Rollins was able to be in here, which is really cool. Otis, Rey Mysterio was supposed to be in this match and didn't get to. Of course, Dominic Mysterio was able to be in right after, so we didn't see Rey Mysterio at all. Basically attacked, I assume, by Dominic. We had Elias in this one, Finn Balor, Booker T actually getting the call that he wanted, so that was really awesome. Damian Priest saw a lot of staples basically in this one in terms of the Judgment Day. Montez Ford in this, the returning Edge, which is really cool to deal with things with the Judgment Day, and of course Beth Phoenix being able to be out there and everything, dealing with Rhea Ripley, so continuing that, which is cool. Austin Theory, we saw Almost trying to be able to be as dominant as possible. Braun Strowman, Ricochet, Logan Paul, which is on me on that, but he did have a cool showing with Ricochet with that crazy dope crossbody together at the same time, which is awesome. And number 30, the returning Cody Rhodes, who would actually win it all. And that was really cool to be able to see that. And now he's looking to go against Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal title at WrestleMania. And hopefully he'll actually get to win the title. That would be really cool to be able to see that. So I'm happy he's back. And then we get into a new match type, the Pitch Black match, which I didn't know what to expect. On this one between Bray Wyatt and as well LA Knight to continue things between the two. We saw basically, the likes of Mercy the Buzzard, Sister Abigail, the fans for Bray Wyatt during the entrance, which I really like that. And then having the lights actually go out and basically LA Knight and Bray Wyatt having like neon stuff on, and the ring looked really cool with the neon lights. Being able to shine on it, it was like playing at 2K23 on that, like a created arena. That's how cool it looked, and being able to use the use of the weapon and stuff like that. Basically, these two having a problem. Bray Wyatt actually winning makes sense. We did see Uncle Howdy being able to take out LA Knight on that, so we didn't see who is Uncle Howdy just yet. I'm sure within time on that. So I kind of wish the match lasted a little longer, in my opinion, but it was definitely interesting for sure. And then we get into the Raw Women's Championship match, Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss feeling more in control in this one, feeling like she can take the title back, first time in a long time. But Bianca Belair was able to come back and able to get her win and be able to retain the Raw Women's Championship. So we will get to see who she'll possibly be facing a little later, which gets into the Women's Royal Rumble match. I had a lot in this one, and I feel like the Women's Royal Rumble is still so new, it's still fresh, so it makes it more exciting with more surprises on this. Um, with this one, we have Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan from number one and number two, so that was really interesting. They lasted for a very long time on this. We then get to see the likes of Dana Brooke, uh, Emma on this one, making her debut for the Royal Rumble match. Shayna Baszler, Bailey B5 making a debut, which is really cool. And Roxanne Perez, I like to see that. She lasted a good while. Dakota Kai, of course, Io Sky, Damage Control, being able to try and take out anybody that they could. The returning Natalia, dealing with Shayna Baszler. We saw Candice LeRae, Zoe Stark, which is cool. Xia Li, Becky Lynch dealing with Bailey. Tegan Knox, Asuka, Piper Niven, which is great that she got her name back. And that was really awesome moment there for sure, one of the highlights. There we had Tamina, and we had the returning Chelsea Green. She didn't get to last far too long, but I was happy to see her back anyway. Then we get into Selena Vega. Selena Vega being in the Rumble match, Raquel Rodriguez making her debut. We had Mia Yim, Lacey Evans return recently at SmackDown. Michelle McCool, who was actually in the crowd, actually came into the match, which was awesome there. Also, where we had Dee Hartwell. I don't know if she's going to be on the main roster as of right now, but I'm happy we finally got to see her. Sonya Deville, Shotzi, Nikki Cross, and returning Nia Jax. I don't know if this was just for the Rumble or if she's back permanently on this, and Rhea Ripley adding to be the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble now. We get to see if she's going to face Charlotte Flair or if she's going to be able to face Bianca Belair. So basically, unfinished business between either one of them at this point. Also, as a side note too, on a commentary, we did have the return of Pat McAfee, so that was really cool. We had them all throughout the night on this as well. And then we get into the main event, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, and ironically enough, continuing their feud, especially in the same place in 2017. I saw a long-term feud continuing between the two. Kevin Owens at one point taking control. Also at the same time with Sami Zayn being at ringside for this to make sure Roman Reigns gets the job done. After a while, it could have went really either or, but Roman Reigns found a way to actually not only retain but be able to get the win. And we did get to see the ref bump after a while at one point beforehand, but Roman Reigns was able to come back and get the win as well. So that was really interesting to see that. And then Sami Zayn was basically left to take out Kevin Owens and being able to have the beatdown afterwards by the Bloodline. Each member basically taking out Kevin Owens, and basically the tension's running high for Sami Zayn, not too sure what to do. He didn't really want to see his basically best friend be taken out in that way. And when it came to Roman Reigns wanting to have Sami Zayn use the steel chair, he was hesitant, but then attacked Roman Reigns on that and helping out Kevin Owens, which is really cool. Also at the same time, Jey Uso was basically hesitant and more the side of Sami Zayn. So at the same time, Sami Zayn basically done with the Bloodline, but what does that leave basically for Jey Uso on this? So a lot of tensions there, a really crazy, heartbreaking way to end for the Royal Rumble. So I can see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking to deal with things with the Usos for the tag team titles, and I'm sure they'll get the tag team titles. And of course, you got Cody Rhodes dealing with Roman Reigns soon, so there's a lot of elements going into this. So definitely a lot of drama into that. One crazy end to the Royal Rumble. So I really did enjoy it, especially what Triple H has in store for his first road to WrestleMania and everything. So I thought it was good, definitely for sure. I really enjoyed Women's Royal Rumble the most, as always. But those are my thoughts. What are your own thoughts? Leave it in the comment section below if you're watching on YouTube, or as well be able to talk with me for the Twitter page as well. So all the socials are on the link tree for the YouTube video as well. I appreciate you listening on the audio version. And until then, that about does it for this week's episode of the In the Hot Seat podcast. And I'll catch everyone for the next episode real soon.